Okay, so this is the khamba, sort of khamba system, and it works. This is the compost that I started on March 21st, and it smells like earth. It smelled like earth after a month, and I need to take the pieces out of there and put it into the other one. But I did the test. You put it in a jar for 7 days. You take some out, put it in a jar with water for 7 days, and if it's still, if it smells like earth, it's done. So this is ready. And the other ones are well on the way. They're more than a month now. That's that one. I need to take out the twigs and stuff. And it's got flies in there. And this is another one. Now to stop the flies, I'm going to put some kind of screen on the bottom. You can't get away from them, but I'm going to do my best. So, yep, it's worked. Okay, so I'm just about to add some more compost. That's how it looks after 3 days. And it did leak. It did drain, so I'm going to take that off and drain it. No bugs there. That's another one I'm going to stir. So we'll get to it. These are my things ready to go. Here's my bottom one, which looks fine. Still a bit moist in there, but it is draining off. That looks okay. And it's starting to smell earthy. Okay, now I'm going to put them all back. Stirred and ready to go back. And of course, before I put everything back, I hose off all the lids, to get all the crap off it. So that's all hosed, and then I'm gonna, hose over here. Hose all the places where I had them, so it's all nice and clean and doesn't smell. Okay, so this has got some maggots in it, as you can see, which I don't want. I mean, it's, it doesn't really matter, but I don't want them, so I put some neem powder in here, and I'm gonna sprinkle some on it. Neem powder is all natural, and that should kill them. Okay, so it's November 11th, and I started the 4 tier on the 3rd week of August. So the last one is now ready, because I need this pot now to do the kitchen scraps, and it smells like earth. Definitely smells like earth. It has for, a week or more. And what I wanted to say is that with the runoff, which is it's called leach it, it's pretty potent smelling, and I usually just rinse it down the drain. But if you don't have a drain on your balcony, you can keep it, put it in a jar, and you don't put it directly on the plants. You have to really dilute it, because it'll burn if you put on directly. I've been reading. So now this is looking a bit wet, so it's a hot day, and I'm gonna lay it out on an old kitchen tablecloth to dry, and then I'm going to put it in a compost pot to leave it for another couple of months, 2 or 3 months. And well, I suppose you could use it, but anyway, I'm going to lay it out there and put it in what they call a resting pot. It's one of these pots that's aerated, one with holes in it. Aerated meaning I've poked holes in the plastic. And that's it. Okay, so it's been airing for about an hour and a half, and while it smells like earth when it's in the pot, it smells like sewer while it's airing, which means that there's not enough air and it's wet. So, you know, you're not going to be very popular with your neighbors if you're doing this on a balcony, but anyway. I am about to take out the rocks. I'm going to just do it with my hands in a glove, and the sticks and things to put in the compost, which is also airing, to make a new one. So I've patted everything down, and I took all the big bits out, the big sticks, cobs, pips, and stones. And I'm going to let that air a bit longer because it's been an hour and a half in about 25-degree temperature, but it's late sun, and I want to get it as dry as possible before I put it in its pot, and I want to start my new compost because I've got stuff to put in, scraps to put in. It took about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Okay, so starting a new one. There's my base. Here's my collection of leaves, your carbon, your brown. So I'm going to put that on the bottom because it seems to be too moist on the bottom. Anyway, it's going to get mixed up. Ouch! Of course, I would just dump this in, but I've got the camera in my hand, so this is, I have to do it one-handed, and that's my kitchen scraps. That's, today's Wednesday, that's since Sunday, so 3 days, or 4 days worth. Mix it up a bit, and then you sprinkle a bit of dirt on top. I don't know, a couple handfuls of dirt. It's going to start the new pot. Ready to go. Okay, here's my dirt. Sprinkled in. That's it. Lid on. And then I'm going to undo this and put it back up top so it's ready. I changed, obviously, the order of the tier and kept it closed while I've been working so that flies don't get in and breed. Okay, so that's the compost in the resting pot. Yeah. I'm going to put a lid on it and then put it out in the sun again tomorrow. And then this, I'm just going to hose it off. Let it dry and put it away. Okay, here's my compost. It got infested with these little small black compost flies. They got in somehow, and I'm quite disappointed because I'm going to have to throw it all out because I haven't found a way to kill them. So throw it all out, meaning I'm going to take it and throw it in the park and start again. And be more careful next time. Well, sadly, this is the end of my composting. After more than a year, this is the third time that even covered like this, although it is just, you know, held together with pins, it's got infested with flies. I don't know if you can see them, they're all underneath there. And I can't take it anymore. Because after, you know, when it gets infested, I have to throw away the compost. And I've taken it up the hill to a park and put it around trees, but now it's also attracting ants. And even though I have little containers with water, I sometimes don't remember to fill them up, but anyway. It's all, I don't know if you can see them, covered with flies, these little compost flies. And they're all over. So, that's it. April 14th, and that's the last of it from March last year. So I will be using those to plant things, and hopefully we'll have better luck. So apartment composting, not a success, unfortunately.